Hey, this is Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS here with some more adventures in locksmithing, continuing our trudge through crazy pot stories. This one, uh, kind of a common thing that I run into. I get to the door. They had a car out in kind of a neighborhood that's a little sketchy, but it's out in a field. And so I go out and they go, "Well, how long to make it?" And I go, "Well, probably going to take me about an hour. I got to pull the steering wheel." And they go, "Okay." Now, what they were really asking is, do I have time to get high? Now, I will tell you, this lady was in her mid 40s. This is not a youngster doing this. This is an older lady. When I came back to the car, now, uh, with locksmiths, whenever we make a key for a car, we have to have paperwork showing who owns the car, who we're giving the keys to, and the car VIN. All that stuff has to be recorded and kept in case the car gets reported stolen. It's just a requirement that we keep records of all that. Um, and I come back, gonna do the paperwork. If it's something like they're in a random parking lot or something, I do that. But when it's in their backyard, like this was out in a field, you're pretty confident it's going to be them. So you go ahead and do the work, and then when we're done, we're going to sit down and we're going to do the paperwork and payment. I usually like to do that afterwards because if you take the payment in advance and something doesn't go right, it's a lot harder to walk away from a job, especially if it's a job where they didn't give you all the details and it's just a nightmare. And we've described a few of those in past videos. People who the car's missing an engine, or it has no fuses, or the wiring's all ripped out, and I'm supposed to program a chip key. And if they prepay, a lot of people want to prepay and not even show up and be like, "Oh, well, I prepay and you just come and do it." No, we'll do the work. We'll make sure the job is what the job is, and then afterwards go about getting paid for that. The other reason why I do that is because a lot of the fake scam locksmiths ask for the payment up front or over the phone, and so it's a good way to differentiate yourself. But getting back to the story, get all done. Remember, this lady was dressed nicely. Uh, Everything about her seemed very adult-like, very professional. Just needed a key for a car. Go knock on the door. No response. I knock a little bit louder. They open the door with a chain, and they go, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm all done." And they're like, "Okay." I'm like, "Yeah." So I just, as we discussed before, I need your ID. This is the price, and I need you to sign here, and then I can give, and then we got keys for you, and good to go. And then she's, "You need to see ID?" I said, "Yeah, I had mentioned, we have to document that." And she told me, "He needs to see ID. Quick, quick, quick. Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him. You know, I'm good talking to the police." I'm not the police. And it says, "Yes, officer." I go, I'm not an officer. I'm the locksmith you guys hired out to make a key for your car. I'm all done, and I just need your ID for the paperwork to fill out." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, I must have left it at home." "This is not your home?" "Oh, my other home." And this couple, like, they were just stoned out of their minds, and the whole time, like, they're giggling through the whole process. I'm trying to get it signed. Just crazy. A few minutes ago, I had no worries that this was going to be the case because they were completely fine. But man, the moment I told them it was going to be an hour, they took that as, "We've got an hour to just get as high as we can." And so that's kind of sometimes one of the things I run into is that I can have customers. I book the job. Everything seems like it's going to go smoothly, and then they get high. I have had customers get high and then leave. They just leave, and then they'll call me like a day later and want to know where I put the key. And it's like, well, I didn't put the key anywhere. You took off. And I'm like, what? They have no memory of it. So I have to. A lot of customers do this. So it's just kind of a interesting thing that I have to deal with as a locksmith, and it's always funny seeing a grown adult completely turn into like you would think of like a teenager trying to think he's slyly hiding it from his parents, like they're trying to slyly hide it from you. Why? But these are just the things you run into as a locksmith, especially here in Northern California. All right, I'm having a good day. Hope you're all having a good day, and I'll get you with the next one.